All right, all right, all right. Let's go ahead and get our new intro and let you guys hear that. Yeah, my computer is doing all kind of crazy stuff, but we good. We're gonna.
Welcome to Freedom After 40, the show for Gen Xers ready to create income online, escape the 9 to 5, travel the world, and live life on your terms. Here's your host, Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Not a guru, just a fellow Gen Xer, a few steps ahead, who guides you through the mindset shifts, money moves, and digital strategies that helped him
Yes,
leave the
sir.
grind behind and start living free. If you're tired of feeling stuck and know there's more life to live, this show is your roadmap to building the second half comeback you deserve. Let's create, escape, travel, and live.
Hey, what's up? What's up? This your man Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. Guys, welcome to this episode of the Freedom After 40 podcast, brought to you by Modern Frontier Publishing. All right, guys. So this episode 6, man, got the intro. Still haven't got this stuff down pat, guys. When I say that I've been dealing with technical issues all day today on my Mac desktop, I got to get it figured out. You know, I'm gonna have to get in here and get some things cleaned off and just try to see if I can identify what's going on. But my audio has been acting up. My microphone has been acting up. Um, my mouse, man. I'm about ready to throw this mouse out the window. I got another mouse downstairs that I use on my laptop. I'm gonna bring it up here as soon as I get done with this broadcast, man, and try to see. Well, actually, it's here. So I just got to bring my dongle up. So that's a Logitech mouse there, but this is the one I'm using here, which is my little slick one that I got. It's a Satachi that I got when I bought my Mac Mini. But yeah, that thing's giving me issues, man. So I'm gonna get the dongle for this, and so I can get this one plugged up and see if that can fix the issue, and then I'll order me a new one like this. I like the feel of this one, but yeah, it's it's getting to me on there. All right, guys. So today, man, I kind of just want to talk to you guys about how I'm thinking about things and what I'm planning on doing. If you're a first time viewer, first of all, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you are a returning viewer, I want to thank you for showing some support, rocking with your guy, and continuing the journey with me. The Freedom After 40 podcast is a podcast that I kind of gear towards Generation Xers, old folks like me. This year, 54, man. But and this is set up to kind of guide Generation Xers and show what I can as far as preparation, self reliance, and freedom. And if you guys don't know who I am, I'm the founder and owner of Modern Frontier Publishing, which is a publishing company that creates guides around preparedness, self reliance, and freedom. And one of the things that I'm focusing on um, really for the next 12 months is really rolling out a lot of tools and resources for those who have aged like fine wine, Gen X's. All right. So I'm excited about that. Got a lot coming up. A lot of the content I'm creating is geared towards that market. And yeah, man, so many people out here today want to be free. They do, man. They want to be free of that job, free of that boss, free of them coworkers. They want to be freed up so they can load that RV up and go travel and see the country. Some of them want to be free where they can travel around the world. And you got a lot of people, man, that are waking up and saying, okay, I'm not going to wait till I retire to go travel and enjoy myself. I'm going to do it now. And the crazy thing is that most of the time, the Generation Xers got the resources. They just don't have, what I call connect the dots. They just don't know what to do. They got the money, they got the credit, they got the time in, they got the savings in. So that's where I come in. My job is to expose them to information that would help them bridge. Okay, I want to be that bridge from where they are, where they're trying to go. and they need some help with that information. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And that's where we're going to come in and just kind of show them what is being done, what is possible out there. And then we go do the research, we organize the data, we provide it to our base, and they get the profit from it. It's that simple. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about foundations. This is something I did a live, and it turned into like a little training session where I talked about foundations this morning, and it was really good because it really broke down how you have to look at things if you want to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish in your life, and if you want the outcome to be there. If your goal is to have a certain outcome, then you are going to have to create a good foundation to architect and build on top of. That's just with anything, man. I don't care if it's a house, all right. I don't care if you're building a business or whatever. Everything has to be built on a good foundation. If you have a bad foundation, guess what? What you build is not going to stand. It's not. Imagine your home. Like we got a 3-story home, including our basement level. Now imagine us trying to put that home on ground with no foundation. What do you think that'll look like after a couple years? Everything will be shifting and sliding and doing all that. And that house will be very unstable, right? So when you look at your life, your plans, all that kind of stuff, man, it all has to be built on a good foundation in order for it to stand and last. And I'm a firm believer that unless your foundation is good, you can't truly maximize the potential of any opportunity without a good foundation. All right. And so what I want to do today is just kind of talk to you guys about what does that look like, all right, when you're trying to get free. What does a good foundation look like when you're trying to get free? All right. So first of all, health. You know, we always hear the term health is wealth. And this is one of the areas that I have been struggling and one of the areas that I need to get going in and get fixed is your health. Think about this. You go out here and you grind, you hustle, man. You make things happen in your career, in your business. You get to the bag, you get to the money. And you get to a point to where you're getting old and you say, okay, well, look, I'm going to slow down now, or I'm going to either exit this part of my life, rewire, and then go do this over here. But the minute you try to do it, man, you are presented with a major health issue. You're like, what the, you know what? You mean I spent all these freaking years working at this job I hated, around these people I hated, somebody else controlling my time, somebody else controlling my money. And now when I want to get free, I'm not free. I'm sick. All right. Health is wealth. So one of the areas that I'm focusing on this year is to get my health the best that I can get it. Now I've been doing pretty good going to the doctors, getting checked out, everything. But you know, the brother still got a little weight on him, man. Still a little thick here, right? And so health wise, you know, I wanna go down 40 pounds. Right now I'm at 235. I want to get down to 195, but lift. And so not lift to get big, but lift to get toned up. I want to be a healthy 195. So that's my whole goal. And I'm going to share that with you guys. I got a program that we created, one of our books called Core 90, that has a really, really, really kick butt workout program in it that's built around the Navy SEALs calisthenic workout, and it has endurance with it and stuff like that. And it's a 90-day program. So I'm going to be going through that program, and I'm going to be sharing my journey. I'm going to be documenting the whole process on social media. So I'll keep you guys updated on this too also. But you got to get your health right. That's one of the main pillars of having a good foundation is health. And I'm going to tell you something else that you guys might not even think of. You know, we're talking about now about internal and external health. You know, inside, eating nutritious, getting your whole inner game going on, but then working on your outside, getting in shape, losing the weight, getting toned up, exercise, move around, do all the things that you need to do to have a healthy body. But what about mental health? What about mental wellness? All right, that's part of your health. See, one of the things I understood when I was at that job, man, and why I had to get out that job, and since I've been free, it really hit home, is that your mind is very, very valuable. Stress will take you off of planet Earth if you're not careful. It'll take you out of here. So one of the keys to having a good health-based foundation, man, is to get that mind right, protect yourself from stress. If you're working a job that has you totally stressed, get rid of that job, man. It's not worth your life, right? Because you got to think about stress is what caused distress, which is what caused disease, right? Get rid of it. If you're out here killing yourself working, you got to stop. And I'm going to tell you why, guys. If there's one thing I'm learning now, since I'm studying how successful people create wealth, not just successful people, but people who are doing it right. See, increasing your revenue and your income is not about how hard you work. It's about what you do. Some of the highest paid people in the world do the least amount of work trading time for dollars. But guess what they do? They do more of this. They figure things out, right? They work with the mind. And so if you're one of those people, you're after the hustle, man, you're going hard, you're leaving it all on the field when it comes to you making your money, I am going to challenge you to really think about what you're doing. All right? And I'm going to challenge you to move away from that type of movement and motion. All right? Because that's the kind of movement and motion that'll get you in what we call a forever sleep. Okay? A grave, right? You don't have to do all that to get money. One thing that I'm learning now as I get older, and it's crazy because I wish I knew this when I was younger, it's not about working hard, it's about working smart. It's about leverage. All right? It's about maximizing opportunity in a way to where it's unlimited, right? Let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. You got one man, you got a 40-hour job, and you got a business. Now, that guy can go invest the same 40 hours in both of those. But now his ROI is going to be different, right? It's going to be different. And depending on how he go about it, the job can win out or the business can win out. But there's one thing about that business that job can never provide. It's one attribute. See, in a business, if you do it right, you have total freedom, total control. You can take and you can mold that business around you and your lifestyle. You can make it fit you. You can't do that with a job. A lot of times we go into a job, the structure is already defined. We can't do that. But in a business, you can. You can go in there and you can work with alchemy. You can morph that thing into what you need to morph it into for it to fit perfect in your life, right? So one of the things that you want to do, man, is you want to think entrepreneurship when you're doing things. All right? When you're looking at that foundation, part of that wellness. Okay? So the financial stool, it intersects with the wellness and the money, right? Now, I understand you guys are bag chasers. I understand you're out there building wealth. But guys, again, when you start studying people that are successful, they spend more time building systems that produce income and wealth. But guess what also these systems can produce if you build them right? They can produce freedom mental freedom, time freedom, all right, financial freedom. You just have to be intentional and understand what it is that you're trying to do. If you want your money to be right, if you want to be totally free in your money, there's a couple things you're going to have to do. And these are things that I'm working on myself. So I'm not just preaching to you guys. A lot of this stuff I'm in the process of fixing in my own life. One is income, right? You got to raise that income. Without that income going up, there's a lot of things that you can't do or it's going to take you a long time to do. The more money you can make and the faster you can make, the better it is for you. All right. I was listening to my mentor the other day. He was talking about two different paradigms. One was you go out, you make as much money as you can in a short amount of time. Another way is you go out and you spend a large amount of time to make money. One is the job path, one is the business path. This year, well, starting now, going into the next year, I am all focused on building systems that are built in a way to where they give me a advantage when it comes to creating income and generating wealth. They have to be very scalable. All right. I have to be able to scale them. Because this is the thing that I know. If I work smart, I build the right systems, I could generate more than enough income. Then I take that income and I start really working on that financial leg, on that stool. Pay down debt, get out of debt. All right, build up a huge savings. All right, maximize that. Maximize all my retirement accounts, maximize those. Then take the money and put the money to work. Start investing it into income producing assets. All right, you look up, now that leg of the stool is taken care of. You're financially free. But the other thing is that you're generating enough capital and cash now that you can go out and start applying that cash to other areas of your life to create that momentum and that motion, right? We talked about health. We talked about wellness and mindset. And we talked about financial, right? Spiritual. Another leg on that stool. That's a four-legged stool now, all right? Working on your inner self, all right? When you look at your outer world, you have to understand that your outer world is a printout of your inner world, all right? Now, if you want to change the picture, you have to change the inside. We manifest from the inside out. When you look at it around you, everything you look around you is what they call the effect. You guys ever heard of the law of the cause and effect? It's the effect, right? You can't change the picture by trying to change the effect. You have to change the cause. Does that make sense? Really think about that. All right, really think about that. You have to change the source, the cause. What's causing this? All right. Why is this happening? All right, you have to change that. And one of the things I want to challenge you guys on doing, when you're looking at your life, when you're looking at your plans, and you're sitting down and you're doing things, I want you to think foundation. I want you to think architecture. I want you to think design. You as a sovereign individual, you have the ability to design whatever life that you want to live. You think it, right? You put that out in the universe and then you go to work on manifesting it. Not trying to control the outcome, but instead building the systems that could produce enough resources to manifest the outcome. All right. And the more you do that, the more confidence you're going to get, the more control you're going to feel that you have over your life. And then guess what? That's where that boldness and that confidence come. And now you're able to go out and you're able to make them big deals. You're able to make them big moves. All right. You do not have to settle for not having enough. You do not have to settle for being unhappy. You do not have to settle for hating your job. You understand what I'm saying? There was a quote out there. I used to say it all the time. Whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, he can achieve. So basically, if you can think it, you can do it. And I want you to really let that grasp in. On one end, we say that your reality is based off of your inner world. So that means your mindset, your beliefs, or you guys follow what I'm saying? If you want to change what you see, you got to change who you are. You got to become more. You have to become more. All right? But one of the ways of becoming more is you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you got to live outside your comfort zone in order to tap in and maximize growth in your life. And the way you do that is you start planning and being strategic on challenging yourself to go to the next level, to go beyond that point that you went to. You have to design and become an architect to put together this structure that you're going to build in. That structure is going to define the shape and what that looks like. That's the key, guys. That's the key to making things happen in your life very fast, very often, very consistent, but to also get access to the next level of being. Yeah, you're over 40. Yeah, you might be 50. Yeah, you might be 60. But life isn't over with. Do you guys realize that you can live to be 80, 90 years old? And there are some 70-year-olds out there that look like they 50 running around here. See, freedom after 40, that's the mantra. All right, that's the movement. You don't have to wait till you're old, broken down, crippled, sick before you get out here and start trying to live. Come up with you an escape plan. Then start architecting, putting together the design for your structure and what that life is going to look like. Then you need to put your head down and get to work. Start building it out. Start learning what you need to learn so you can start doing what you need to do, so you can start having what you're supposed to have. All right? Powerful. Hope you guys got something from that today. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. And actually, guys, I need to go take a nap because I got up super early and I'm sleepy. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for rocking with me and checking out the podcast today. I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless.
Thanks for tuning in to Freedom After 40, where it's never too late to build something new. If today's episode hit home, do me a favor and share it with a fellow Gen Xer who's ready to make their move. And don't forget to grab your free Freedom Blueprint at learndigitaltoday.com. It's the first step to designing your new life. Until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and remember, freedom isn't a fantasy, it's a plan.